The Christian account of creation is found in the book of Genesis, the first book in the Bible in the Old Testament. And there's an important quote in Genesis 1, which says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, with darkness covering the deep." So before God the Father, there was nothing, and God created ex nihilo, from nothing. So there are two accounts of the creation story found in the Bible, both in the book of Genesis, in Genesis 1 and in Genesis 2. The account that you see here is the order suggested in Genesis 1. There are a number of different interpretations of the Genesis creation story. One of those is a literal interpretation, sometimes called fundamental, or referred to as young earth creationist. So if you take this view, you believe that everything in the Bible happened exactly as it was outlined. So 6 days of creation, and God rested on the 7th day. If you take a conservative view of the Genesis account, you believe everything in the Bible is true, but we also need to look at it through the lens of science. So perhaps the days are longer periods of time, not 24 hours, or perhaps the creation accounts are just there to help us understand more of God's power rather than literal view. The third interpretation is a liberal view, which would say that Big Bang and evolution do give us explanations for how the world began, but the story of Genesis is there to help illustrate God's power and God's love for his creation. So regardless of your view, in some way, God was involved at the start of the world. We believe that Genesis has important things to teach us. So firstly, the world was created good. How God was involved or how he did that varies, but the world was created good. God was there from the start, and also later in Genesis we read this phrase, Genesis 1:27, that says humans were made in God's image. Another really important part of the Genesis story is that it reinforces the Christian belief in the Trinity, so God having 3 parts. Firstly, in Genesis 1, we read God created, so God as the Father created the world. Secondly, in Genesis 3, the Spirit of God over the waters, the Holy Spirit. And thirdly, the Word. In the New Testament, we find this reference to the Word as Jesus in John's Gospel. And the word in this sense is from the Greek logos, referring to the meaning or explanation for something's existence. So we're saying that right from the start, Jesus was with God and explains part of the universe existing. A quick knowledge check. Number 1, what happens in the Genesis account of creation and what interpretations are there of these accounts? Thirdly, 4 key quotes. So Genesis 1, Genesis 3, Genesis 1:27 and John. And fourthly, how are these quotes used to explain the Trinity?